everyone, welcome back to the vlog. You guys told me on Instagram you wanted to see a what I eat in a week Trader Joe's edition, and this is actually the perfect week for that because I went to Trader Joe's back on Friday and kind of stocked up for the week, and so this is what we're going to be having this week to eat, is basically all Trader Joe's stuff. And I'll preface this video by saying that Trader Joe's did not pay me, they did not sponsor this video, although if somebody from Trader Joe's is watching this, your girl's a big fan, so feel free to reach out anytime. But for this video, this is all me. Now, today is Monday, and I do have some time right now because I'm not going to the kitchen to bake until later today. So I'm gonna go ahead and just prep a bunch of food right now. I'm just gonna batch work, roast most of the veggies, do most of the meals right now, and then I'm gonna eat it throughout the week and show it to you guys throughout the week. But first things first, gotta batch make things because you guys know my life gets a little hectic as the week goes by and there are orders to fill. Plus, just mentioning this, it is my birthday week. So I am gonna try to relax at some point this week too. We'll see what happens. Either way, right now, we're gonna start prepping the food and getting it ready. Everything's gonna be vegan, of course, and hopefully delicious. So, are you ready? Let's do this. Actually, before we get started, I think I need to change it to more comfortable clothing because cooking in a white and light outfit is not the brightest idea because I know myself. So, quick wardrobe change, 1 second. Much better. Some of it is frozen, some of it is fresh. So some of the frozen things are cauliflower, organic rainbow cauliflower. They taste the same, but there's just something about like the rainbow carrots, the rainbow cauliflower. It looks freaking beautiful and it just makes it more appetizing to eat. I don't know how to explain it. We got shelled edamame because the other day I was at the kitchen and one of the other businesses that works at the kitchen is a meal prep company and they had this beautiful edamame. It was just so bright green on a bowl and I've been craving ever since. Cauliflower and gnocchi because we are all susceptible to being influenced, and one of my favorite vloggers, a couple of them actually, are always eating this, and then I finally tried it like a month or two ago and now I am completely obsessed. And then I got the kale variety of gnocchi. I don't really love potato gnocchi. I find it kind of bland, and of all pastas, like that doesn't even count as pasta. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan. But let's try this out. And speaking of rainbow and colorful things, we got the colorful carrot medley. So we got those, and those are already cut into pieces, which is nice. So less prep for me because you guys know I'm busy. I'm always running around. But there are some fresh foods too. So let me just get this started with the prep. And I am starting to get really, really hungry actually. Oh. These are already seasoned. This is even better than I thought. This is great. It has thyme, sea salt, and black pepper. I don't even need to season these babies. Oh, this is amazing. These are not seasoned. So what I'm gonna do, what I like doing is using another Trader Joe's thing. The Mushroom and Company Multi-Purpose Umami Seasoning Blend. This stuff is so good. It's for roasted veggies. I put it on broccoli all the time. So while I wait for that water to boil for the edamame, a couple of the fresh things that I got were small, what's the name of this? Eggplant. Just totally blanked on the name of this. It's an eggplant, you guys. And then this is a Japanese sweet potato. Weirdly enough, or I don't know if it's weird or not, but Japanese sweet potato is what I grew up eating in Brazil, is the kind of sweet potato that we have over there. The kind of yams, like the orange kind of sweet potato, I didn't have until I moved to the US. So when I saw this at Trader Joe's, I got excited because I haven't had this in a little bit. I'm gonna prep these guys while I wait for that water to boil and for the oven to preheat. I'm just gonna put these guys over here. Then I do have some fresh rosemary that my friend got from his garden, because you guys know it's not coming from my garden, because any plant that crosses my threshold is dead upon arrival. Big plant killer over here, which is ironic for a vegan, but what can I say? It smells so good. And here's the damage. I mean, I would say for the amount of food that I just made, it's not bad. It's a sink full. Like a couple of pans and whatever. I'll clean this later. For now, it's lunchtime. I have some rice. It's not from Trader Joe's. It's from Publix. And maybe Trader Joe's sells them too. They're done in a minute and a half. I would love to make rice, like, you know, boil it and everything. And once upon a time, I used to do that. I don't have time anymore. They're pretty good. Sweet potatoes that came out nice and crispy. Then we have the cauliflower. Most people will put this in a bowl. I prefer eating out of a plate because I'm like Robert Redford in The Way We Were. Let me know in the comments if you know this reference, but I like to have, like, in every bite, I like to grab a little bit of everything on the plate, which is hard to do on a bowl because you have to like kind of dig in there to find all the elements. So let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. If not, here's to a movie night. Go watch The Way We Were. Now we're gonna do the edamame, which obviously I've already snacked on. Edamame is so addictive in the best way possible. A few of the tofu squares. This is looking so pretty. Carrot coins. And then to finish it off, because I feel like we need a sauce just to complete this. Oh my gosh. I am the epitome of grace. Vegan tzatziki sauce. Dairy free. So good. Tastes just like tzatziki. So this is actually a dip, so it is more, you know, solid than a sauce would be, though you know, by mixing this up, actually it's getting a little softer. This is gonna taste so good. So these, you guys saw how I made the sweet potatoes, the edamame I just boiled, the rice I just talked about. Let's talk about the tofu. So to get the tofu that way, I just cut it into squares, and I do like my tofu more on the crispy side. So what I did is I used the pans that I did the gnocchi in. It's kind of like the same concept when you eat meat, to use like the bacon fat to cook other things, which I know it's gross because it's bacon and it's meat, and if you're in this channel, you probably don't eat meat, but the concept still stands. So I used the oil and all the little flavors that were left behind from the gnocchi and the other stuff. Pan fried the tofu in there for just a few minutes just to get that crispiness on the outside. And then because tofu is like a sponge and it just absorbs all the flavors, it's just going to soak up everything that was in that oil. So can't wait to try this. So yeah, a little bit of rice, a little bit of edamame, a little floret of cauliflower, 1 carrot coin, a small piece of the sweet potato. My edamame fell out. Shoot, this is a lot of things to put in one bite. All right, we got it. We got it. Did I lose a tofu? I did lose a tofu. Okay, we are all in there, and now finally the dip. Everything in one bite. So good. I could have eaten all of that without even the tzatziki in there. That just adds like a little bit of moisture and just a little bit of acidity to the whole thing. But all of these things together, very good. Successful first lunch. And I will check in with you guys at my next meal. Okay, pardon the awful lighting in here, but it's nighttime. I don't even know, it's like 10 p.m. almost. It's been a day. It's been a day of baking and deliveries and doing all kinds of things. A cat sitter came by because I'm going out of town this weekend, and somebody's got to give medication to Gingy. it's been a whole thing. So I pretty much just snacked all day because I didn't get to eating lunch until it was like 2 p.m. or something like that. And so I just had some soup that I had left over. By the way, let's talk about that soup because I made that soup last week. And then I decided to include like some canned beans in there because I just had some in the back of the cupboard from like when COVID first started and we all just bought canned food. I was like, I should use this. So I did. And then because I'm a conscientious, caring human being, I was like, let me wash this can so I can put it in the recycling. And while I was doing that, I cut my finger. Doesn't look that bad right now, but believe me, it was really, really bad. At first, it was just more like the shock, like, oh my God, I hurt myself. And then I saw the blood. You would think there was a murder that was committed in my kitchen. It was just like all over my apron. The cupboards, the sink, the KitchenAid, everywhere. Thankfully not the soup though. Silver linings and all that, because if after all of that it ended up in my soup, I would have been pissed. Like, I literally thought like, oh my God, I chopped my finger off. I survived, and now I feel like kind of a big baby talking about it because it just looks like a tiny little cut. But believe me, it was terrible when it happened. Either way, that's what I had the last of that soup for lunch, with some toast with that vegan cheese spread. That's pretty much all I had. I've had that, and then I had a protein shake after my workout. So I'm starving, and my body is kind of feeling it after that workout. So I wanted to make sure I had some protein. So that's why I included some of that tofu in here on the plate. So admittedly, not the most good looking meal, but I think it's going to taste good. We have the kale gnocchi, we have the eggplant, and we have the tofu. Now, the eggplant, the way that I like to cook it, because eggplant can be kind of a pain to cook, I do it in thick slices. I feel like it can get a little bit spongy. So what I like to do is just cut it into very thin slices. Just put olive oil on the pan, and then you put those thin slices in there, cook it until they get those nice grill marks. Flip them around. What basically happens is that eggplant, because it is kind of spongy, it's going to soak up all that olive oil. And then I just do like a sprinkle of sea salt on top. And when it gets translucent and the grill marks, it's ready to go. For the kale gnocchi, I've never eaten this before, so that would be exciting to try out. But I decided to do that vegan cheese spread. I don't know how to say the brand. Is it French? Is it Boursin? I don't know. I don't know how to say the name of it. It has garlic and herbs in it, so it's like a very garlicky taste. It's very good. When I had it on toast earlier today, it was good. So I used that as kind of a sauce. So I'm excited here to try this out and see what it tastes like. So let's see it. All right. So we got a bite with everything in here. Let me know in the comments below if you're like me and you like to get a bit of everything into every bite. Okay, let's try this. I'm not sure I love it. Like, the taste is fine. The texture is a little bit... The kale gnocchi is a little grainy. Like, would I buy it again? Probably not, to be honest. But it's okay. And by the way, we're in the office because I gotta check emails because I haven't done that. I've been running around all day and doing all kinds of things and I haven't replied to emails. So that's what I'm doing now while I eat. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's meal. Lunch, the cauliflower gnocchi, and then what else do we have in here? So I did some chopped onions, just saute that on olive oil, which by now you've kind of figured out that I'm a big fan of. A healthy amount of garlic, because you can never have enough garlic, cherry tomatoes, and then I just put some spinach on top. But so with the gnocchi, you can either boil it or you can like saute it. I think it tastes better when you saute it. So vegan butter, I used Earth Balance, and some olive oil. This just happens to be gluten-free. I don't eat gluten-free usually, but this is also just an added bonus that it's also gluten-free. I've had this before, and I think it's so freaking good. It's like, this is so much better than the kale gnocchi from yesterday, which by the way, after I finished that meal, That's definitely a no on the kale gnocchi for me. I just, no. The texture just wasn't right. And I kept thinking, maybe if I had like an actual sauce on it, maybe it would be better. I don't think it would. It was not for me. But this, the cauliflower gnocchi is just, I love it. Big fan. That's lunch, and I'm on the couch because I'm just going to watch probably some YouTube videos while I do this. I've been just answering emails and dealing with super boring stuff I will not bore you with. I will check back with you maybe tonight. I don't know. We'll see if it's gonna be tonight or tomorrow. TBD. So I'll talk to you soon. It is 3:24 p.m. and I have a few minutes before I have to leave for therapy, and I figured a sweet snack would be good before I leave. So I bought these two ice creams at Trader Joe's. I've had this and I love it. And I think when I posted on Instagram that I love this, somebody told me to get this. So I think I will try this guy now. I've never had Tapioca Pearls, so let's find out what that tastes like. Okay, if you watched my vegan lattes video, of all the lattes that I drink in a week, you know that I'm a big fan of fun mugs. So today we have New Kids on the Block. Saw them in concert a few years ago, and I loved it. I'm more of a Backstreet Boys fan, to be honest. We can talk about that some other time because I have a lot of thoughts. But they toured with New Kids a while ago. It was a blast. It was New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, and Boyz II Men made a surprise appearance halfway through. It was a lot of fun. It was a fun night. That spoonful only had the ice cream, and that was really good. Like, I like the cold brew taste. And that is like kind of coffee, kind of, you know, I think it has coconut cream in it, but like you can't taste the coconut. That's good. Wait, let me find a bite with the pearl. It's kind of like the texture of a raisin, like that kind of like chewy. Not a fan. That's not for me. I've never had boba tea before. I think that's how this came about. Like, somebody told me about it. I don't know. But I don't know if that's a texture of boba tea, but not a fan. The ice cream is good, but the not for me. I'll just eat around the pearls and just eat the ice cream. It's fine. Anyways, I should get going. A 20-minute drive to get to my therapist's office. Oh yeah, and I forgot. Tomorrow, it's my birthday. So we're actually not doing this tomorrow because that's gonna be a separate vlog. Make sure you subscribe for that because we're gonna eat out. We're gonna get some other types of things for food, some fun things. So that's gonna be next week's vlog. So we'll pick up this Trader Joe's themed week on Friday. So I'll see you guys later. Hello everyone, happy Friday. We skipped Thursday because it was my birthday. And so to see what I ate yesterday, you're gonna have to check out next week's vlog. Because it was definitely not leftovers. I mean, it was my birthday. So I treated myself to a couple of things. You can see what it was next week. But now to end up the week and end up this vlog, we have one more meal for lunch today. I was thinking of making a sandwich, but I'm not really feeling a sandwich. So I think we're gonna do a different kind of bowl that I did on the first day. We're gonna have some of the same ingredients because that was the whole point. Like, I batch made a bunch of roasted veggies so that I could mix and match. So it's gonna be a little bit of a different bowl, but it's gonna be kind of the same concept as the first one. And I'm starving, so I better get to it. Oh, this arugula is so like on the edge of going bad. How fast these greens go bad. Like, give me a moment to be healthy, okay? I need some time, okay? Like, oh, yeah, I gotta pick out the little ones that are not so bright. For the most part, they're doing okay. They're definitely on their way out, though. All right, that's a decent amount. That covered the entire plate. Now, do I go with the sauce on top? I don't know. It looks pretty good as it is. I don't think it needs the sauce. I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil. A little bit, not so little. And then just sprinkle this on top. You can cook with this too, but it's also great just as a finisher. And this is lunch. So good. That garlicky, citrusy thing, it's so good. Sometimes what I'll do, if I'm like really strapped for time, I'll do the frozen broccoli in the microwave instead of roasting it. And then I'll just sprinkle that on top and it's like good to go. It's so good. This is definitely a winner and a great way to close this vlog. And actually, we're not gonna close it yet. Let me eat this and then we'll get to dessert. What mug should we go with? You know what? I'm going to Universal tomorrow, so we're going with the vintage Universal Studios mug. This, I don't know if it says the year in here. I don't know when this was bought, but it was probably in the 80s. It's my mom's, and I just kind of took it for myself. This is interesting. That's never happened before. That's kind of cool. I wonder why it looks like this. All right, so we got the ice cream, and then I'm gonna top it off with toasted sliced almonds, just to give it a little bit of a crunch. And here we go. It's so good. This chocolate ice cream reminds me of Haagen-Dazs, and I used to eat so much Haagen-Dazs before I went vegan and dairy-free. But the creaminess of this reminds me of Haagen-Dazs. It's so good. Gingy, come over here. Jump. There you go, baby. He was just looking at me from the other side of the room like he really wanted to partake. It's okay. People have said they want more kitties in the vlog. So I think you need to pay your rent and show your face. Give the people what they want. Oh, baby, it's okay. Okay. Anyways, ice cream. And then the toasted nuts on there with the creaminess. And it is made with coconut milk, but you cannot taste the coconut milk at all. So good. Don't you agree? Yes, you do. Okay. So I'm just gonna enjoy this while watching one of Catherine Manning's vlogs because it's Friday and her new video just came out, so I'll be watching that. And make sure you subscribe to see what I did on my birthday yesterday on next week's vlog. And then after that we have Universal, so I'm so excited about that. Definitely gonna be vlogging what I ate at Universal for sure. So make sure you subscribe for all of that. I will link whatever needs to be linked in the description below. And make sure you check out the channel for more vegan food and vegan baking tips. So I will see you guys soon. Until then, stay curious.